Okay, let's get started. Is your home an asset or a liability? Homes are often considered assets, but the real answer depends on how the home is used. Let's look at this through the lens of financial perspective. One perspective is that a primary home can function as a liability. Why? Because it comes with ongoing costs such as maintenance, insurance, and property taxes. And if the home isn't paid off, a large portion of the mortgage payment often goes toward interest, not principal. On top of that, the money you put down to purchase the home doesn't provide a return in the present. So, in the short term, you put money down, make monthly payments, and only a percentage of those payments actually reduce what you owe. Now, over time, the home may appreciate in value, and when it sells for more than the purchase price, that appreciation does count as an asset. Here's another perspective. A fully paid off home provides shelter without rent or a mortgage payment. That distinction matters. When a home is paid off, your largest monthly housing expense is removed, which can dramatically reduce financial pressure. But that benefit only exists once the mortgage is gone. If the home isn't paid off, monthly payments are still required. And as a result, these costs continue to limit cash flow and financial flexibility. So, what's the real answer? Are homes assets or liabilities? The answer depends on how the home is used. Let's look at another perspective. A paid off single family home with land can support animals or a garden. That can reduce grocery expenses and provide food and nutrition. This isn't automatic, but it is an option when land is available. In that case, the home begins to give back value on a regular basis. For some people, working their land and producing food is preferable to working a traditional 9 to 5 job. That's a personal financial perspective and one possible path toward financial freedom. Here's another perspective. What if the homeowner rents out rooms to roommates? Each rented room brings in income that can help cover utilities, maintenance, property taxes, and insurance. This approach is commonly referred to as house hacking. And here's the key distinction. With that single decision, the home doesn't just become an asset, it becomes a cash flowing asset. Instead of waiting years for appreciation, the property begins producing income in the present. That income can offset expenses, improve cash flow, and in some cases, eliminate the out of pocket cost of living altogether. There's an important difference between an asset that might grow in value someday and a cash flowing asset that puts money to work for you today. And that distinction is worth exploring deeper because it changes how you think about housing, debt, and financial freedom. Do you see how perspective changes with information? And with information comes knowledge, which is what allows better financial decisions. At its core, this comes down to how the home is used. You might be asking, are there other ways to turn a home into a cash flowing asset? Yes. One option is to offset housing costs by renting part of the home, such as a spare room, which we just discussed. Another option is moving out of the home entirely and renting the property. This can be done as a long-term rental, where tenants sign a lease and provide consistent monthly income. Or in the right location, it can be rented as a short-term rental, such as through platforms like Airbnb, where the property is rented out by the night or week. In both cases, the goal is the same, to transform the home from a place that only costs money into a cash-flowing asset that helps cover expenses or even produces income. Not every option is feasible for every situation. Cash flow, debt, and lifestyle all matter. For many people, house hacking is the easiest place to start. Layouts with an even number of bedrooms and bathrooms, like 2-bed, 2-bath, or 3-bed, 3-bath, tend to work best. The bigger idea is this: you can be creative with how you use your property beyond simply living in it. And that creativity comes from knowledge. Knowledge changes perspective. Perspective shapes decisions. So when it comes to the question, is your home an asset or a liability? The answer depends largely on how you choose to use it. Personally, I value privacy, so my approach is a little different. Instead of house hacking a single family home, I prefer multifamily properties, which in many ways offer the same cash flow benefits without sharing living space. And in the next video, I'll break down why multifamily housing is the next best thing to house hacking and how it fits into a time-efficient path toward financial freedom. All right, everyone, that pretty much wraps it up. If this perspective was helpful, feel free to like the video, subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one.